Sports Center.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Saints end up on the right side of an 11-point game. The Patriots lost this one, but will stay at number 3 in the AFC East. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Bears pick up their 6th win of the year. Jerome McDougal stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Travis Henry rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Jaguars beat the Steelers. By the warm waters of Tampa Bay, we had the Buccaneers lose by just a single point. Over at Lincoln Financial Field, we had the Eagles get sent away with a 7-point loss. The Cowboys booted in 3 field goals in their victory at Seattle Stadium. The Jets won at home but will take to the road next week to meet the Steelers. The Broncos won this contest and will now move to 2nd place in the AFC West. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chiefs win their 10th game of the season. Number 36 stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Jake Delhomme threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Colts beat the Titans. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Adrian Clark is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 6 years, $2.6 million. Jared Cooper will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Bills. This guy will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $3.6 million. This guy will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Rams.
In the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., we had the Redskins edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Over at Edward Jones Dome, we had the Rams put on a display and win by 21 points. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Tony Gonzalez won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. He's suffering from a pulled calf muscle, and that'll keep him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Javon Walker sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Trent Green was put on injured reserve after the ballgame. So now they'll have to make do without their team leader for the rest of the year. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
And in our final game, we had the Cardinals come away victorious.
All right, Chris, thanks. With the playoffs a little more than a month away, things are starting to get real interesting when it comes to seeding and the races for the division crowns. Let's start things off by taking a look at the AFC. Meanwhile, let's take a look at how things stand over in the NFC. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.